Okay, just going to do a quick lesson for you guys on transporting animals, your next topic on the course. We've looked at transporting plants. So plants have to transport water around the body through the xylem and glucose around the body in the phloem. Humans and animals have one system, that's our circulatory system, made up of your veins, your arteries, your capillaries. The blood is pumped around that system by that big beating muscle and that organ in the middle there, your heart. Okay? So we can see it goes all the way into the legs, all the toes, up to your brain. If we zoom in a little bit here, I've cut the right lung away and I've left just the left lung. Now note the lefts and rights are back to front because I'm facing the person. That's how you'll always see your biology diagrams. So remember your lefts are your rights and your rights are your lefts. Okay, more on that later. So we can see the lungs. The heart is to the left lung is slightly smaller as it's curved around the heart. The lungs are close to the heart because the blood has to be sent from the heart to the lungs to pick up oxygen. Only then does it return to the heart where it's pumped around the body. So that means that half of the heart has oxygen and half does not. So the left side, which is the right side of the screen now, is the oxygenated side, slightly larger, that pumps oxygenated blood around the whole body. The right side, which is your left right now, is deoxygenated, meaning it has low oxygen and high CO2. So let's start there. If we go around the back of the heart, we can look inside it, and basically there's 4 of these chambers. Okay, as it beats, the blood is filling up one chamber at the top, then it goes down and fills a chamber at the bottom where it's pumped up and out the top of the heart. The blue represents the veins. So this is the deoxygenated blood returning to the heart. And if I click on this draw tool for a second, let's see if this works. We've got blood coming from the top of the body and the bottom of the body. So this is our first big vein, okay? It's got 2 parts, the top and the bottom, and 2 words in its name. This is the vena cava, V for vein. Okay, this is an awkward setup. I'm just going to try and show you how you can draw the heart at home. Okay, so basically, start with a small L, do another L up the way, leave a gap, and do another L. So what we're doing is a box basically with a door here and a door here. Do a line in the middle, and then we're going to repeat the opposite way. So do an L, leave a door, and there we go. So what we have here then is 2 chambers that the blood arrives into the heart, okay? These are the arrival chambers. So I'm going to put an A for arrival. And if you notice, the blood is coming in from the sides, okay? So your diagram at home should look like this. Now we're going to draw the bottom of the heart, okay? So, continue the line down, a little kind of T section, and then basically connect the lines like this. So this blood's going to flow down here, and when the heart squeezes shut, it's going to get sent back up and it's going to leave the heart out the top. Okay, this one I'll do dotted, and it's also leaving out the top. Okay, so if I hold it up, there is what your heart should look like at home. You can pause the video now and draw that. So let's talk about the names. We talked about how the top is the A for arrival. The bottom of the heart is V-shaped, so this one has a V name, the bottom as well. Okay, so first thing you need to know is the 4 chambers of the heart. The A for arrival, or A for attic at the top, is called your atriums, okay? So this is my thing to do this. I can just do it at the bottom, so I'll twist the paper. You've got an atrium and an atrium. Below that, a ventricle and a ventricle. Okay, so the 4 boxes are your 4 chambers of the heart. Okay, so now we've got the A's and the V's in, we can actually give them names up at the top. The A stands for atrium, so remember A for arrival, or A for attic, because it's the top of the heart. The V shape at the bottom is for ventricle. Okay, now the tricky part, the left and the right. The best way to do this is put your right hand on your heart, which is your left chest. When it's on there, you will notice that your thumb is on your lungs in the centre. So if you put your hand on the paper, your right thumb is now on the left side. Okay? So it's the left side that connects to the heart. So this is actually the left atrium, and this is the left ventricle. This is the right atrium, and this is the right ventricle. So either remember the lefts and rights are back to front, or just think about putting your hand on your heart and down on the paper, and that will do that for you. Okay? Right, now we've named the 4 chambers, we need to talk about the blood vessels. So, the blood coming back from the body, okay? These are coming back in veins. So it's veins that come in from the side, okay? Arteries go away from the heart. So at the top here, these are both arteries. Okay, so arteries coming at the top, veins coming in the side. The vein from the body, as I said earlier, comes from the top of the body and the bottom of the body. So V for vein, and it's the vena cava. Okay, that's all the CO2 coming back from your aerobic respiration in your cells. So that comes into the left atrium, squeezed down to the left ventricle, and it's sent to, where do you think the CO2 is getting sent to? Breathe it out, so that's to be sent to the lungs. Now these are going to split to the left lung and the right lung. It's going away from the heart at this point, so we're going to call that an artery, okay? And this is actually, a fancy word for lungs, is pulmonary. Now I'm writing from the side, so my handwriting is not great, but this is on the slides anyway. This is just showing you through how you can draw it at home to practice learning it. So, vena cava, pulmonary artery. Goes to the lungs and gets oxygen. It's bringing the oxygen back into the side. So this is going to a heart, so it's a vein. It's coming from the lungs, so this one is our pulmonary vein. Same thing happens again. The right atrium is going to fill up, and it's going to come down to the ventricle. Then squeeze, it's going to the whole body. The one that goes to the whole body is the aorta. Okay, so you should be able to sit at home as you learn this, and without notes, draw it, and then check your notes for this video to make sure you have the right names. Start in that order. Name the left A, the right A, the LV, the right V. Okay? Then put your in arrows on the side, your up arrows at the top. Up arrows go away, so they're both A's for artery. In arrows are veins, put your V's there, and then try and remember the names. Vena cava, pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, aorta. Okay? That'll take too long to do in an actual test. So if you've got a question on the heart and you want to do a quick model of that, just do 4 squares. A at the top, B at the bottom. This is your right, this is your left. So right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Arrows coming in, arrows going out. Outs are arteries, ins are veins. One coming from the body is the vena cava. That means it has to go to the lungs, so that makes it the pulmonary artery. Comes back into the pulmonary vein and goes out in the aorta. Okay? That takes 2 seconds once you know it. If you do that in your margin of your tests, side your homework, it's a lot easier to then answer questions on the heart. So, we've learnt the names of the 4 chambers, your left and your rights. You've learnt the name of the 4 vessels, vena cava, pulmonary artery, aorta, pulmonary vein. This side here is deoxygenated, CO2, no O2. Comes back from the lungs, this is oxygenated. All that lovely oxygen sent in the aorta around the whole body. The first thing that comes off the aorta is actually an artery that goes around the heart itself. Okay, so finish with that. If you've got your heart, round the top of it, you actually have an artery that feeds the heart itself, because the heart's muscle, so it needs oxygen and glucose. It's an artery because it's going away from the heart, because it's carrying the oxygen out of the heart and round the outside of it. And this is called your coronary artery. Coronary comes from the word for crown, because it sits on the heart like a crown. Also why it's called a coronary heart attack. If this gets blocked and oxygen can't get to the muscles of the heart, it can't beat and you'll have a coronary heart attack. Okay, that's the heart.